Royal Swiss Bakery was started in 2018. This is a true journey of growth, patience and resilience. When we started, we only had a single oven, one manual slicer, a mixer machine and one delivery truck. We had very few delivery points and only one depot. To date, Royal Swiss has grown immensely in production and marketing. Currently, we own 30 trucks, 8 ovens, 4 slicers, 5 mixer machines. This, by all means, is growth. Royal Swiss Bakery has 11 varieties of bread. With our dynamic varieties, our core value is to please our clientele and bake breads according to their desire. Here at Royal Swiss, all safety precautions are considered during production, packaging, and transportation of the Royal Swiss bread. Royal Swiss bread, always soft and fresh.
Coronavirus COVID-19 is a respiratory virus spreading across the world. The infection is spread from droplets of coughing and sneezing of an infected person, touching or shaking hands, or being in contact with contaminated surfaces or objects with the virus. The signs and symptoms are fever, coughing, headache, body ache, difficulty in breathing. The disease can be prevented by regularly washing hands with soap and running water. Avoid close contact with people who have flu-like symptoms. Avoid handshake, hugs, and kissing. Also, protect yourself by covering your mouth or nose using a disposable tissue while coughing or sneezing. If you experience these symptoms and you had traveled or been in contact with a person from a country reporting COVID-19, you should isolate yourself for 14 days and seek immediate medical attention or report to the nearest health center. This message has been brought to you by the government of Kenya and its partners. For accurate information on COVID-19, dial *719# or call 719. Follow us on Twitter at MOH_Kenya, at spokesperson GOK, at WHO.
Nasaha Kwa Umma, brought to you by Royal Swiss Bakery Limited.
Watazamaji wetu wapendwa, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. Ni furaha kubwa sana mtazamaji kuwa nawe tena katika Nasaha Kwa Umma show katika runinga yako Huda TV mwongozo kwa umma. Watazamaji wapendwa, pamoja nawe katika studio unami ndugu yako al-Haqir al-Fakhir Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Dr. Hassan Kenya Omari, na ukipenda unaweza kuniita Dr. HK. Na kwa bahati mzuri wapendwa watazamaji, tumeweza kufuatana na wageni mashuhuri, na katika wageni ambao kama tuko nao hapa kuna mmoja ambaye kwamba ndiye aliyosoma ile speech ya watoto kwa kuwa watarudi shule mwaka ujao, ndio maana tukamuita hapa apate kutueleza hayo. Lakini vile vile tuko na wakili naye pia apate kutuambia je, walolifanya ni sawa au si sawa, na apate kuwaelezea watu nini tafanya. Mtazamaji, kwa hivyo katika studio yetu leo hapa tuko na wakili Abdurrahman Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Abdurrahman Muhammad yeye ni yuko katika Doli and Associate Advocates. Ni wakili ambao kwamba akikurepresent kotini mambo yako yatakuwa sawa. Mwenye kimwangalia yuko pia sawa.
Inshallah.
Na vile vile mtazamaji tuko na Alhaj Mr. Munawar Khan.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mr. Munawar Khan ni CEO Muslim Education Council na vile vile ni executive director wa Muslim Education Council, na baadaye ataweza kueleza nini anafanya katika Muslim Education Council, na yeye alikuwa katika ile committee ya Honorable Magoha ya kuweza kupanga mambo ya mashule. Ndio maana tumemuita hapa apate kutueleza ilikuwaje, wakakubaliana vipi, wakafika hapo. Lakini mtazamaji, kama unavyokumbuka, kila wakati jana ilikuwa ni siku ya Sabasaba, na tuliweza kukuelezea kwa kuwa kulikuwa kuna mambo pale Nairobi. Tukaweza kuambia watazamaji kama uko Nairobi jana ujiepushe na Moi Avenue na zile area. Kulitokea fujo baadaye, lakini yaliangaziwa pia ndani ya gazeti. Kwa leo mtazamaji, tunaangalia magazeti yetu, na gazeti letu tunaanza na Taifa Leo. Katika gazeti la Taifa Leo mtazamaji, unaambiwa corona ya koroga masomo. Jameni, hii corona imekoroga masomo sana. Unaambiwa serikali yafutilia mbali mitihani ya KCPE na KCSE mwaka huu, shule kufunguliwa Januari ijayo. Wanafunzi wote wa shule za msingi na upili watalazimika kurudia madarasa mwaka ujao baada ya serikali kufutilia mbali ratiba ya masomo mwaka huu kutokana na janga la corona. Waziri wa Elimu Profesa George Magoha alitangaza pia kwamba kutokana na mashauriano baina ya wadau hakutakuwa na mitihani ya darasa la 8 KCPE na kidato cha 4 KCSE mwaka huu. Matumaini kwamba shule zingefunguliwa ifikapo Septemba au angalau watahiniwa kuruhusiwa kurejea shuleni sasa yametokomea, kwa kuwa maambukizi ya virusi vya corona yanaendelea kuongezeka na yanatarajiwa kufika kileleni Septemba. Hayo ndio mambo yaliokuwa ndani ya gazeti hii ya Taifa. Unaambiwa waziri wa elimu Professor George Magoha akitangaza utaratibu wa kufungua shule na vyuo katika taasisi ya kuunda mitaala nchini KSCD jijini Nairobi jana, na hapo vile vile alikuwa yuko Sheikh Munawar Khan ambaye tumemwalika hapa ili apate kutueleza walizungumza nini. Lakini katika gazeti hili mtazamaji, unaambiwa kwa kuwa endeni sasa mtangatange, Uhuru aambia mawaziri wake. Unaambiwa Rais Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta sasa amewapa rasmi mawaziri wake ruhusa ya kutembelea sehemu zote za nchi kukagua miradi ya maendeleo na kuvumisha misimamo ya serikali yake. Kazi hii kwa miaka iliyopita ilikuwa ikiendelezwa na naibu wake Rais William Ruto, na ndio ilimfanya kubandikwa jina Tanga Tanga. Lakini sasa kazi ya Tanga Tanga mtazamaji imepelekwa kwa mawaziri. Kwa hivyo waziri ama naibu Rais William Ruto atakuwa ana challenges kwa sababu atakuwa na Tanga Tanga na mawaziri nao na Tanga Tanga pamoja. Lakini katika picha hapo unaona polisi amemwandama mwanamke ambaye ni mmoja wa wale walioshiriki maandamano ya jana kuadhimisha siku ya Sabasaba, ambapo Wakenya walipigania mfumo wa siasa za vyama vingi mnamo 1990. Mtazamaji, ukiangalia hapo ambapo kama mama huyu anapigwa, ndio pale tulikutangazia hapa jana katika Huda TV palikuwa na vurugu. Hapo ni yale maeneo ya karibu bomb blast. Kwa hivyo tuliweza kueleza wengi, na wengi walifuruka mbio sana pale wakipigiana masimu na wakatushukuru. Lakini unaona pia kuna kijana wa Kiislamu pale unamuona, tulikuwa tumemuonya lakini hakusikia. Unajua binadamu akiamua usema kwanza nimesikia leo akisema ndio naenda haswa. Haya, katika masala ya dini, utata kuhusu amri wazee wasiende sehemu za ibada. Hilo kuna utata mwingi sana. Jana kulikuwa kuna forum mahali kule Kiambu, tukaalikwa na wengi wa mabishop walikuwa wanasema sheria hii haiwagusi mabishop na madicons na reverends na mashehe wakuu, kwa sababu mtu ndiye shehe mkuu washafika miaka 58. Sasa wanasema mashehe waendagi msikitini, ujiliwa misikitini, na pia mabishop hawendi kwenye kanisa, ujiliwa kule. Katika afya, hofu ya malaria kufuatia mafuriko makubwa ya Kisumu. Kwa hivyo ni mambo ya kuomba Mungu, kwa sababu sasa kukiwa na corona na malaria itakuwa ni kazi ngumu kwa madaktari. Tunaingia katika gazeti sasa la The Daily Nation, ambapo mpendwa mtazamaji, katika Daily Nation tunaona kuwa tunaambiwa the lost year. Unaambiwa reopening of schools postponed to January 2020 to curb COVID-19 spread. All children to repeat classes. Learners will start academic year afresh when they return to school. Hilo si jambo rahisi kwa watoto, lakini wanaombwa wawe watulivu na wazazi wao. National Examinations cancelled. No primary or secondary exams will be held this year. Universities to reopen in September. Higher education institutions allowed to reopen. Lakini hapo chini unaona watoto. Children play with sand in Isli, Nairobi in March, after the government closed all schools following the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak. Watoto hao wanacheza na unajua watoto hawana kazi nyingine isipokuwa kucheza, lakini wazazi bila shaka mtakuwa mnakuwa advice ni bwana Munawar Khan, watoto msiwache kucheza peke yake, pia wasome. Lockdown, just don't celebrate. End of restrictions on travel to and from Nairobi, Mombasa and Mandera is no reason to celebrate, as it could fund the spread of COVID-19 to other counties where most older people live and preparedness is low. Kwa hivyo haya ndio baadhi ya mambo kwamba wakili wetu hapa atakuwa anatuelezea. Ndio umeruhusiwa kusafiri, lakini ufanye nini? Wakili atakueleza. Usiende kusafiri ukashikwa kwenye mahali ukafungwa ukaanza kuteta. Kwa hivyo wakili atakuwa anatusaidia hapa. Tunatoka kwa hili gazeti mtazamaji, tunaenda katika gazeti la The Standard. Kwa hivyo mtazamaji, tutarudi kwa gazeti la Standard sasa, ambapo kwamba katika Standard mtazamaji unaona unaambiwa mass school reputations wasted year. Kuna mwaka umepotea mzima. It is a pain for students and their parents after the government declared 2020 lost year following a decision to delay reopening of schools to next year. What is the implication on decision? You are told all primary and secondary students to repeat classes next year. Number 2, no KCPE and KCSE exams this year for class 8 and form 4 learners. Number 3, universities and teachers colleges to reopen in September. And then number 4, TVET students back in September to sit exams in December. That is the stories which we have in the Standard. But we are told, hapo juu, worship, it will take more than a prayer. All eyes on religious leaders of all faiths after President Uhuru Kenyatta allowed houses of worship to reopen, since a small lapse could lead to a South Korea kind of situation where one person became a super coronavirus spreader. Page 4. Na katika hii gazeti, another Ruto ally thrown out of House leadership. Keopa's caucus. Kenyaga Women Representative Purity Ngirishi replaced with Kiambu's Gathoni wa Mushomba in another parliamentary coup. And in this newspaper also, shock as mother drowns herself and children in river. A village on the border of Kakamega and Bungoma counties is in shock after an expectant mother plunged 3 children and herself into a river. These are some of the stories which we have, and this is a very, very sad story. So, dear viewers, we will be discussing all these stories with our guests here, inshallah. Let us hope that you'll be following us here. Remember, we are live in our Facebook of Al Huda. We are also live in our YouTube. We are also live in Facebook, Hassan Omari. And if you want to talk to us via Twitter, you can also get us at Twitter at Omar Kinywa and Instagram Hassan.Kinywa. So inshallah, we'll be discussing all this with our experts here. And thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming and gracing our studios this morning. Mtazamaji, tunarudi sasa kuangazia masala haya na hawa wageni wetu ambao kama wamekuja. Na kumbuka mtazamaji, tutakuwa tunachanganya lugha ya Kiingereza na lugha ya Kiswahili kwa sababu tuna wakili, tuna Mr. Munawar Khan, and I understand that many people, educationists, are also watching. Remember, our dear viewers, that Al Huda TV reaches the entire country. It's also in the entire East Africa, and there are many people all over Middle East who watch Al Huda TV on a daily basis. We had our students from Sudan who have been watching on a daily basis. They are also currently in Kenya at KMTC, where they are quarantined, and they are also watching on a daily basis. And also our students and friends who are in America, UK, they all watch Al Huda TV, especially Nasaha Kwa Umma show. Kwa hivyo, that's why we will be mixing English and Swahili today. Bwana Munawar Khan, when you look at Taifa Leo, na kwa sababu hii Taifa Leo imezungumzia Kiswahili, utajikaza pole pole tu kuweza kuzungumza Kiswahili pole pole na waweza kuchanganya na Kizungu. Tunaambiwa kwa kuwa Bwana Munawar Khan na gazeti zote zinazungumzia kitu kimoja, masomo sasa ya wanafunzi wa primary yataanza mwaka ujao. Lakini ya university yanaanza September na teachers colleges. Tueleze kwa nini mulipatiana advice kama hiyo? Kwa nini wanafunzi wa university na wale wakubwa waanze September na wale wadogo waanze Januari?
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa salam.
Thank you very much for inviting us
Yes,
and giving this opportunity to talk to our viewers.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah, all the details are given in the newspapers.
Yes.
And Dr. Hassan has already explained that one. Sorry, I would be more comfortable with English.
That's okay, no problem.
Swahili will be a little bit.
No problem, no problem, Mr. Manor
So
Khan.
you'll excuse me and be happy with that one.
Thank you.
Your question is very good, but obviously you understand the age difference.
Yes.
The children of primary school, right from nursery or standard 1 or grade 1 up to 8 are below the age of 14 years.
Yes.
And it is not possible to keep them in the school
Yes.
the way we can keep the adults
Yes.
at the university and college level. Because university and college level students are grown up, they are adults. They understand. While our small kids of grade 1 or 2 or 3 or nursery for that say, don't understand what corona is.
That's true.
And it will be very difficult to ask them to follow the rules required to avoid corona infection. A standard 1 or 2 child is asked to keep the distance, he will not be able to keep the distance. In normal circumstances, we see always children are playful. Even in the class, when the teacher is teaching, they are talking to each other, they are playing with each other. So it will be very difficult to keep these children in the classroom as required. The social distancing, or we call it physical distance, 1.5 meters or even 1 meter, they will not be able to do it. And teacher cannot be there in the class full time. A minute or two, the teacher checks something on the desk, the children will start playing. And there is danger that they might not be able to avoid the infection of COVID.
Okay.
The other issue of mask, it is very important that we wear the mask all the time.
That's true.
Now these small kids of standard 1, 2, 3, 4, or even standard 7, 8, will not keep the mask on the face. They will be throwing to each other.
That's very true.
They will be pulling from each other. Somebody will have colored mask, they would like to take it. They will lose the mask also, and there is a danger of getting infection. And I believe very strongly that we understand the difference between the adults and this one. Universities and colleges are given this one because they will be able to follow the required rules. And if they don't, as Professor Magua said, the universities will be closed again. That is my take on
Thank you.
this.
Thank you so much Wakili. Now I come to you. Na nafikiri hapo utazungumza Kiswahili. Utajikaza Kiswahili kwa sasa. Changamoto ya kuzuia wazee kuingia katika ibada, maeneo ya ibada. Serikali unakuta inasema kwa kuwa wazee wa miaka 58 na kwenda juu wasiruhusiwe kuingia katika mahali pa kuabudu, ikiwa ni msikitini ama ni kanisa ama hekalu, na watoto wa chini ya miaka 13. Tungependa tu kwanza, na vile wanasema kwa kuwa wasizidi watu 100 katika msikiti ama kanisa. Kitu ambacho kama ningependa kuuliza wakili, legally where do we stand, kwa sababu kitu cha kwanza tutaestablish vipi mtu ana miaka 58 na zaidi? Mtu anaweza kuwa anataka kuswali aseme mimi bwana na miaka 40, sababu kuna wengine wanakaa wachache. Ama mtoto wa miaka chini ya 13 ni mnene kidogo, wazazi waseme huyu yuko 15, tuta establish namna gani mtu ana umri mdogo ndio ingie msikitini?
Kwanza kabisa shukrani sana kwa mwaliko wako.
Karibu.
Bila shaka ni jambo ambalo ni la kutatanisha, kwa sababu wengi katika misikiti ambao wanasimamia msikiti, maimamu, ni watu wa umri ya miaka 58 na kwenda juu. Na ambao wanaoswali pia ni wengi wao utapata ni wazee. Vijana mara nyingi tunakuwa tunaswali nyumbani. Sasa inakuwa ni wazee ndio wanaishi huko. Katika hiyo ripoti ya Interfaith Council wamejaribu kuonesha kwamba wanajaribu kubalance kati ya haki ya watu kuenda misikitini na hekalu na kanisa, na pia na mambo ya health and safety. Sasa wamejaribu kujimudu, wakasema ya kwamba hayo masharti itakuwa ni lazima inafanywa na madhehebu yenyewe na wasimamizi wa msikiti. Wamejaribu kuisukuma kutoka responsibility yao na kuipatia responsibility dhehebu na wasimamizi wa hizo sehemu za dini. Itakuwa ni vigumu sana kuimudu hii, kwa sababu hakutakuwa na polisi, hakutakuwa na wasimamizi kutoka Wizara ya Afya ambao watasimamia hii. Sasa changamoto kuu iko mbele ya wasimamizi wa msikiti na maimamu.
Naam.
Ndio.
Naam. Shukrani sana mtazamaji, na naona tunaenda katika mapumziko mafupi. Lakini katika mapumziko haya, mpendwa mtazamaji, tukukumbusha tu tuko live katika Facebook ya Huda TV, vile vile YouTube ya Huda TV, na waweza kutupigia maswali yako na majibu yako na comments zako, na utatupigia simu kwa nambari zako kama utaziona zikitembea katika screen yetu mtazamaji. Na vile vile mtazamaji, tukukumbusha tu kwa kuwa tuko Facebook live katika Hassan Omari, na Twitter @Omarikinywa, na Instagram Hassan.Kinywa. Kabla ya kwenda tu katika mapumziko mtazamaji, tu tutakukumbusha tu kwa kuwa kuna hofu ya mlipuko wa malaria huko Kisumu kutokana na mafuriko. Kwa hivyo kama uko maeneo ya Kisumu, inataka uanze kutumia net tafadhali, na uchunge watoto wako wasiumwe ni mbu, kwa sababu itakuwa sasa ni changamoto kubwa. Mtazamaji, tuenda katika mapumziko mafupi. Katika mapumziko haya tunakunasihi kila wakati fanya chochote cha ibada kama kuvuta tasbih ama kuswali salatu dhuha ama sunna yote, na usibanduke, sababu tukirudi sasa ndio unawasikiza wataalamu hapa kukwambia nini kitakuwa kutoka sasa mpaka Januari 2020. Shukrani sana. Na Januari 2021, si 2020, Januari 2021. Mtazamaji, usibanduke.
Royal Swiss Bakery was started in 2018. This is a true journey of growth, patience and resilience. When we started, we only had a single oven, one manual slicer, a mixer machine and one delivery truck. We had very few delivery points and only one depot. To date, Royal Swiss has grown immensely in production and marketing. Currently, we own 30 trucks, 8 ovens, 4 slicers, 5 mixer machines. This, by all means, is growth. Royal Swiss Bakery has 11 varieties of bread. With our dynamic varieties, our core value is to please our clientele and bake breads according to their desire. Here at Royal Swiss, all safety precautions are considered during production, packaging, and transportation of the Royal Swiss bread. Royal Swiss bread, always soft and fresh.
Coronavirus COVID-19 is a respiratory virus spreading across the world. The infection is spread from droplets of coughing and sneezing of an infected person, touching or shaking hands, or being in contact with contaminated surfaces or objects with the virus. The signs and symptoms are fever, coughing, headache, body ache, difficulty in breathing. The disease can be prevented by regularly washing hands with soap and running water. Avoid close contact with people who have flu-like symptoms. Avoid handshake, hugs, and kissing. Also, protect yourself by covering your mouth or nose using a disposable tissue while coughing or sneezing. If you experience these symptoms and you had traveled or been in contact with a person from a country reporting COVID-19, you should isolate yourself for 14 days and seek immediate medical attention or report to the nearest health center. This message has been brought to you by the Government of Kenya and its partners. For accurate information on COVID-19, dial *719# or call 719. Follow us on Twitter at @MOH_Kenya, at spokesperson GOK, at WHO.
Watazamaji wetu wapendwa, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. Karibuni sana tena kwa Nasaha Kwa Umma show katika runinga yako Huda TV, mwongozo kwa umma. Watazamaji, kabla ya kwenda mapumziko mafupi, tuliweza kuangazia magazeti, na magazeti yetu yote nchini Kenya leo yanazungumzia mambo ya elimu yote, na yakagusia pia kidogo mambo ya kuabudu katika misikiti wakati wa COVID-19. Ndio mambo mawili pekee yake yaliyoangaziwa kwa muhimu, na kama unavyokumbuka katika hii show yetu mtazamaji, sana tunaangazia masala ya yale yanayokumba mujtama. Na ndio maana mtazamaji, tumekuja na wageni mashuhuri hapa wawili. Usisahau ndugu yako, host wako ni Dr. Hassan Kenyo Omari ama Dr. HK, na tumekumbana na wageni wawili hapa. Nitawapatia nafasi wao wenyewe wajieleze tena kwa ufupi tu kazi wanofanya, alafu tupate kuingia. Kwa hivyo wakili, we begin with you. You can tell viewers who you are in either English or Swahili, and then Mr. Munawar Khan, our CEO, Muslim Education Council, and then we proceed.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Abdurrahman Mohammed. I am an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, working at Dolly and Associates Advocates. So for all your legal needs, inshallah, we'll be together.
Thank you so much, Wakili, and we'll be calling you several times to come and speak to viewers, because it's very important for you to talk to people. I know many wakilis, many times anything you talk to them, they tell you legal fees. Please, when you come here, don't ask for legal fees, because this is giving back to the society and community. Mr. Munawar Khan, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Munawar Khan, CEO and Executive Director of Muslim Education Council.
Yes.
Muslim Education Council is a registered faith-based organization in Kenya that represents Muslim interests in education at the national and county levels. Our role in the county and country, along with other faith organizations, is stipulated in the Education Act 2013. It is a great achievement that for the first time a Muslim body is recognized by the government of Kenya to participate in all educational activities in partnership with the Ministry of Education. And Alhamdulillah, the Muslim Education Council has worked very closely with government agencies in addressing the needs and concerns of the Muslim community in this country. And the most outstanding recently is the streaming of madrasa curriculum, which is under review for approval at Kenya Institute of Education. We are very happy to inform that in this activity of madrasa curriculum, we have been able to bring all the sections of Muslim community from all over the country on the board. We have worked for the last 5 years to ensure that madrasa curriculum is presented to government, which is unified, which is all-inclusive, and recommended by all concerned Muslim from every part of the country, right from Malindi to Garissa to Busia, and all Muslims have joined to ensure that the government approves and then implemented in all our madrasas.
Thank you.
And inshallah, it will be examined by the Kenyan National Examination Council,
Mashallah.
and unique kind of certificate will be issued to our madrasa children,
Mashallah.
which will enable our children to pursue their education, and we will be equivalent to KCP and KCSE.
Mashallah.
Inshallah.
Shukran. Shukran jazilan. Dear viewers, I think you have known the person and the group which is behind uniting all madrasas in the entire country. The group which is trying to see that madrasa education is recognized in the entire country, just like any other examination, because Muslim Education Council is actually embedded in the Basic Education Act. It's inside, mentioned by name. And that's why they also have representatives in all counties in the entire country. They have a representative in all the education boards in the entire country. Wakili,
Yes, sir.
now we come to our questions. Schools will be opening in September. Universities, colleges, and TVETs will be opening in September. And primary schools or basic schools will be opening, pre-primary, primary, and secondary will be opening in 2021.
Yes.
So we'll want to know, in a legal point of view, between now and September, what should be the students be preparing? What should the heads of school be preparing for opening of schools?
First of all, I think, as he said, the need for us to understand why the university students were allowed to proceed and why the primary school students and secondary school students were not allowed to proceed. If you read on social media, if you read in the papers, you understand that there are some parents who have already made school fees payments for the whole year. It is not easy, so they normally compile their funds, then they try and pay for the whole year. So such parents have a headache on them that they have made payments already. They had expected that their children are going to go through school, they're going to complete the academic year, but now we are told because of COVID-19, through no fault of anyone, the academic year has been, or rather lost. So in every situation between two people, there is some sort of social contract. The parents have made payments, and in regards to the other side, the education institutions, they provide the education. So you pay for a certain quality of education. If that education is not being provided, then we have to ask ourselves what happens to the funds that have already been paid, because they have not been utilized for all intents and purposes. So we need to understand what is going to happen about those payments. The Ministry of Education has proposed the idea of e-learning and remote learning. But if we are being honest with our viewers, it is not really possible. We do not have classrooms in certain areas of this country. So you cannot propose to have e-learning that would cover all students, especially in public education sector. So in essence, the government has to come out clearly, the Ministry of Education, to allay any fears that parents have in regards to payments of fees, because that payment has not been utilized. So they need to help us understand that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Munawar Khan, we Muslims actually, thank you so much for representing Muslims in the Magoha's, Honorable Magoha's committee, which came up with these policies. What we'd like you to advise or highlight on is the issue of KCP and KCSE, because we understand that many parents had requested that the KCPE students and KCE students be allowed to open in September and then sit for the exams, so that at least next year they join. Those who sit for KCSE join university, those who sit for KCPE join secondary schools. But that has not happened. You have decided that they just repeat next year. We'll be happy to know how you arrived at this decision, and also you advise us what are you planning. And I'm talking in the issue of counseling, guidance and counseling for these students, because I'm so sure many of them will be affected, and some of them, their parents are the ones who will be affected more. So what are you planning for these people?
Thank you very much. Now, KCPE and KCSE, number of the students is very high. It is almost over 1.5 million. It is as good as opening the school to bring them back to the classes in September. We had a very wide consultation and discussion on this issue. But considering the curve going up, it is dangerous for us to allow even KCP and KC students to bring back to schools. It may spread and affect them, and they might not be able to complete their own examinations.
Yes.
And the life of a child is more important than examination. If I quote the NUT Secretary General Session, KCP and KCSE is not a ticket to heaven. We can sacrifice that rather than taking risk of losing our child. So every child matters. Every child's life is important. examination can be done. We can lose a year. It is a loss, we understand, but protect the life of a child is more important than examination.
Okay.
And as it said, Professor Magua declared, they are not losing it completely. It is not lost at all. Next year they will do the exam and the adjustment will be made for transition. So I don't think parents should panic. Inshallah, the children will do the exam and join the further education.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, there are many institutions and organizations preparing online courses just to keep them busy, to engage them. We should take advantage. It may not be 100% possible because in rural areas there might not be facilities. But as much as possible, they should utilize these initiatives and keep them busy in preparing for the examinations.
Yes, Wakili, in fact what I hear Mr. Munawar Khan talking about is the issue of, when you come to child protection, we realize that best interest of the child is ultimate in all situations legally. But there are two things which I'd like you to highlight on. The first issue is the issue of school fees. You have just mentioned, but you have not finished. And you see, when CEO Mr. Munawar Khan was speaking, he talked about the issue of online classes. Of course, when you look at especially because here we have a situation where we have some students in public schools, others in private schools. But in secondary school, you realize that many students will be happy to go to private primary schools. Many students, they join school from around class, from pre-primary up to primary, up to around class 1. Some students, many go to private schools in Kenya. That is the system. Many go to private schools. But when they join from class 1 to around class 5, many of them also go to public. But from class 6 to class 8, majority of them go to private schools. But as you understand, many national schools are public. National schools, the best schools are public. So now they go to public schools. But also there are those who go to private schools. So we would like you to highlight and assist our viewers to understand on the issue of fees first. How will it be coming 2021 January? Because I understand that there will be many legal tussles in courts because of parents who will be forced to forfeit what they had paid for the entire year, because there are parents who pay the entire year. And then there are also those who will be forced to pay for what Mr. Munawar Khan has just said here, that there are online classes going on. So he is trying to tell parents to take advantage of that. But as you understand, these online classes are not free. They are being paid for. Yes. And only those which are government sponsored. But some parents want to go with private one. Then, even as you speak about that, we'll also want you to address the issue of equity and equality. Because now, these students who will be at home, there are those who will have a lot of advantage over others come next year because they have learned. It's as if they are doing repetition only the entire year. So kindly advise our viewers on these matters.
Yes. In regards to the issue of school fees, as you've said, there is the two, we need to look at it holistically. There is the private schools, there is the public schools. In regards to the public schools, obviously it's the government that provides the online classes and the rest. Private schools have their own measures in place. And I think I would highlight a recent case that is ongoing. Obviously we can't discuss the case.
Yes.
But it regards one of the private institutions in Kenya. And the parents of that private institution had raised the issue of paying full school fees. That why do they need to pay 100% of the school fees, and yet they are not, their children are not getting the 100% classroom experience, or rather the education experience. And as the case is still ongoing, there have been issues between the parents and the ownership of the particular school. So the ownership had claimed that some of these funds are used to pay the people at the school, the employees and the rest. So they are trying to balance between the two. They also have e-learning, but we don't have the same situation in terms of public schools. Public schools do not have the facilities. They do not have the laptops, they do not have internet connectivity, they don't have things that would allow them to have, regardless of whether it's for a certain fee or if it's for free, they do not have those access points that they can use to go for e-learning. And this puts them at a huge disadvantage. You talked about equity and equality. Unfortunately, under these circumstances, it's not. Children from private schools do have their lessons. They are sent via email. They're informed that we are going to have a Zoom class or a Microsoft Teams class from this time to this time, and they interact with other students, with the teachers. So they have that going on for them. But for public schools, unfortunately, the public school sector seems to be a bit overwhelmed. They had not planned for this crisis. They had no idea how to respond to it. So in essence, in regards to equity and equality, there isn't any.
Thank you. I see Mr. Munawar Khan want to add something.
To what our brother is saying,
Yes.
Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development has a program online, and they are covering the syllabus.
Okay.
And it is available all over the country.
MashaAllah.
So we should take advantage of the program given by KICD.
MashaAllah.
And I'm sure, inshallah, it will help our children to be busy and keep them engaged in learning activities.
Okay.
And it doesn't cost anything.
So, CEO Alhaji Munawar Khan, what I hear you telling parents is that the government, through KICD, is providing classes online, which is free of charge. But I think you also told me that they are also offering the same classes via television, especially KBC.
KBC, yes.
Yes, and other television.
Other television. That's why I said
Yes.
it is available all over the country.
Okay.
So it would not be very difficult for the remote areas also to access to that program.
And unless for those who don't now have televisions. So we have to see how we can assist them get televisions, because there are those who don't have televisions.
Well, televisions are available either in the neighborhood, in the relatives' places. Arrangements can be made. For other programs and entertainment, I'm sure they look for the facilities somewhere.
Okay.
So this is a special case of education. We have lost a year. We have lost the opportunity to learn in the classroom. So this is the right opportunity to make use of that, and I don't think that should be the problem. Televisions are available all over the country, either in neighbors or relatives, or even some institution can make the program, keeping the social distance and physical distance,
Okay.
and make facilities for our children to benefit from this kind of
MashaAllah.
programs.
Mr. Munawar Khan, we come to you now. You advise us on madrasa. Schools will be reopening in January 2021, primary and secondary. But universities are opening in September. What about madrasas? Because there are madrasas for the old. Some madrasas take all students, and there are others for children. Do they also enter in this category, that those with adults open in September, and those who have small children open in January 2021?
I think His Excellency the President clearly said that Sunday schools and madrasas will remain closed. So we believe that does not apply to our madrasas. And in normal madrasas, we know very well, unfortunately, we don't have all those facilities like schools. Our children learn together, very close, sharing the same books and sitting on the floors. Sometimes we have classes in the masajid also. So opening madrasas at this stage is very risky. So I would advise that we wait until January 2021.
So what does the students do Because you see, Mr. Munawar Khan, looking at it actually, spiritually and in a way holistically, you try to find as if this will have been the best time for the students to memorize Quran, memorize Hadith, and become the best Muslims. But how will they arrive there? Because it's the best time. And Wakili can also talk about it.
I think, Dr. Hassan, this is the best time, as you say it.
Yes.
And we can do it practically at home. Because most of the parents are well conversant with the religion. They know the Quran. And their children can revise. I would give my own example. I have a grandson of 8 years old. Every day we have allocated 40 minutes for him to revise what he has been learning in madrasa. And then the parents help them. So it is very possible and good opportunity for our children to memorize Quran, to revise and learn Hadith, etc. and concentrate more on religious practically also. We pray together. I have a child of 3 years and 5 years and 8 years. They join for prayers with us also. We have Jama. In fact, they are getting training how to lead the prayers, how to say Adhan. So let us make use of that one without going to the formal madrasa. We can make our home, our madrasas and masajid as we are advised.
MashaAllah. Wakili, I believe maybe you are a parent. I don't know. I don't want to enter into that discussion. But how best can we make it for our children to become the best? You understand, Wakili, this might also be the best time to mentor our children, understand their visions, understand their careers, and also mentor them to religion. How do we do it legally?
Yes, I think this situation has provided us with the, because we normally say we don't have enough time. Yes. Our children have to do their homework, they have to do this, they have to do that. But this period, if I'm allowed to say, the silver lining in this whole period is that children have more time to undertake in terms of religious education studies. So the responsibility is on the parents. We say we cannot take them to madrasa, to duks, but as parents, we do need to take up that responsibility. There are a number of online classes, that materials that would help children understand the religion better, understand how to recite the Quran and memorize Hadith and the rest. So I think the buck stops with the parents at this particular point in time, because it's their responsibility to nurture the children and to ensure that the children are brought up in a proper Islamic environment. Okay.
Now, Wakili, we also come to this situation before we go to break. The issue of praying in mosques. Yes. For the old, the constitution is so clear that there is freedom of religion, religious identity, and all those rights. What happens now? What can happen if some of the old people can go to the court to fight for their right to be allowed to go to mosque? What will happen?
We have, the constitution provides for separation of powers.
Yes.
So where one arm of the government infringes on the rights of a particular person, they have the ability to go to court to try and get some resolve. It is an issue, as we had stated earlier. Most of the attendees at the mosque, most of the people who attend mosque for purposes of prayers, those who run the mosque are people who are in that category that is above 58 years of age. They do have a recourse in court, because we have freedom of worship, we have freedom of association. So it will be up to the court to try and balance between the right of said persons to attend worship and in a mosque versus the need to balance the public safety of the population. So the court, it will be ultimately be up to the court and the arguments of the lawyers to try and balance between the two.
Oh, will it also depend on the type of the lawyer and the type of the judge? Because if it goes to an atheist judge, the atheist judge will always be, no, you can't go to mosque. If they go and get maybe a very religious judge, he'll say, no, we have to go to mosque, because even the judge wants to go to mosque. And also getting a Muslim or a spiritual lawyer can also fight for them. How will it go?
But it's a very interesting scenario. But I would say this. I think our nation, we are quite blessed, and we are the envy of many other nations, that a majority of the population ascribe to one faith or another. Generally speaking, judges normally have the individual persona and they have the judicial persona. So once they sit on that bench, we tend to believe that they determine matters fairly. They do not rely on their own personal feelings of the same. But ultimately, it depends with that discussion, because public safety and health is very, very important. So freedom of worship, public safety and health. Now the arguments would lie between the two.
Thank you. Now, thank you so much, dear viewers, and I can see many are asking today we are full English. Yes, we allow this because we have many guests who want to come to this show, but they have always complained that maybe they are not good in Swahili, so we can allow sometimes to have full English. And maybe sometimes you'll also see full Arabic because the host can speak the 3 languages, dear viewers. So tunaenda mapumziko mafupi, mpendwa mtazamaji, na ni mafupi sana, kwa hivyo tunataka sasa uanze kutumia, tutakuomba ututumie maswali yako kupitia Facebook yetu ya Hassan Omari, Facebook ya Huda TV, katika YouTube yetu pia unatuzama, na pia uweze kutupigia simu yako kupitia nambari 0729 078787. Mtazamaji, usibanduke.
Royal Swiss Bakery was started in 2018. This is a true journey of growth, patience and resilience. When we started, we only had a single oven, 1 manual slicer, a mixer machine and 1 delivery truck. We had very few delivery points and only 1 depot. To date, Royal Swiss has grown immensely in production and marketing. Currently, we own 30 trucks, 8 ovens, 4 slicers, 5 mixer machines. This, by all means, is growth. Royal Swiss Bakery has 11 varieties of bread. With our dynamic varieties, our core value is to please our clientele and bake breads according to their desire. Here at Royal Swiss, all safety precautions are considered during production, packaging, and transportation of the Royal Swiss bread. Royal Swiss bread, always soft and fresh.
Coronavirus COVID-19 is a respiratory virus spreading across the world. The infection is spread from droplets of coughing and sneezing of an infected person, touching or shaking hands, or being in contact with contaminated surfaces or objects with the virus. The signs and symptoms are fever, coughing, headache, body ache, difficulty in breathing. The disease can be prevented by regularly washing hands with soap and running water. Avoid close contact with people who have flu-like symptoms. Avoid handshake, hugs, and kissing. Also, protect yourself by covering your mouth or nose using a disposable tissue while coughing or sneezing. If you experience these symptoms and you had traveled or been in contact with a person from a country reporting COVID-19, you should isolate yourself for 14 days and seek immediate medical attention or report to the nearest health center. This message has been brought to you by the Government of Kenya and its partners. For accurate information on COVID-19, dial *719# or call 719. Follow us on Twitter at MOH_Kenya, at spokesperson GOK, at WHO.
Watazamaji wetu wapendwa, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Karibuni sana tena kwa Nasaha Kwa Umma show katika runinga yako Huda TV mwongozo kwa umma. Watazamaji, kwa bahati mzuri katika sehemu ya kwanza tuliangazia magazeti, mambo ya elimu na dini, kaingia ndani kidogo katika changanuzi hapa ama gumzo letu na wataalamu hapa, tukaingia katika masuala ya kujadili mambo ya shule na vile vile dini. Na usisahau mtazamaji, katika studio yetu tuko na mzee wetu ambaye ni mzee ametumikia elimu miaka yote Kenya. Hakuna kitu mzee Munawar Khan anakumbuka kutumikia isipokuwa elimu, na ndio maana Muslim Education Council ilipokuwa formed wakakubaliana awe ndiye CEO, na ameweza kumenta watu wengi sana. Hata mimi unaponiona hapa mpendwa mtazamaji, mmoja alionimenta ni yeye, na Mungu ambariki, na tutafurahi sana yeye kuja hapa, na Mungu akubariki mzee wetu, na uendelee kushika bendera hiyo ya kuongoza elimu Kenya. Na vile vile mtazamaji, tumesubiana na wakili wetu ambao kwamba tuko naye hapa, na wakili naye ni katika mawakili wanaopigania sana haki za watu wa dini, na ni katika mawakili ambao kwamba wamejitolea. Kama mtu amesilimu ama mambo ni ya kidini kabisa, mambo kama affidavits zile wanafanya bure. Mawakili wa Kiislamu mambo kama hayo wanakuwa hawalipishi, kwa sababu mtu ni Muislamu katika dini, ndio kitu wanaofanya, na vile vile kukubali kuja hapa. Sasa wakili, katika maswali ambayo kwamba yamekuja katika kutoka kwa watazamaji wetu, kwanza unashukuriwa sana ni wanafunzi wa University of Nairobi wa School of Law, wanakushukuru sana, na wangependa uzungumze swala hili. Wanakuuliza ikiwa shekhe ama padri ama pasta yuko zaidi ya miaka 58 na yeye ndiye padri ama shekhe wa msikiti, je, ile law inayosema watu 58 kwenda juu wasio msikitini inampata? Na ikiwa itampata na yeye tu ndio imamu wa pale, ama ulizungumza wewe ukasema kwa kuwa na msikitini wengi ni wazee kweli, hasa katika miji ya huko Badia, Garissa, Moyale, Mandera, Mombasa, wengi wanaokaa msikitini haswa ni wazee. Sasa hawa wazee watafanya nini wakati kama huu? Na kama imamu ana zaidi ya miaka 58 naye afanye nini?
Ni swala la kusikitisha hiyo umri ya kuweka, kwa sababu kutoka mwezi wa Machi hadi sasa watu wengi hawajaweza kwenda misikitini, hawajaweza kuswali katika jamaa, na ni nguzo kuu katika dini letu la Kiislamu. Swala ambalo ameuliza ni swala nzuri sana. Imamu au padre au ambaye yuko zaidi ya umri ya miaka 58, kusema kweli, wakati Interfaith Council walipopatiana ripoti yao hawakupatiana hizo maagizo, na ni maagizo ambayo tunaongojea kama watatoa kabla misikiti kufunguliwa inshallah wiki ijayo Jumanne. Ni muhimu tuweze kuelewa kwa nini watu katika umri ya 58 ya kwenda juu hawajakubaliwa kwa msikitini. Sababu kuu ni kwa sababu ya ni watu ambao wanaitwa at risk. Ni watu ambao hii virusi ambao ikiwapata ni watu ambao wataumia zaidi kuliko watu wengine. So itabidi, oradha na saha yangu itakuwa ni kuwajalia oradha kupata watu ambao ni imamu ambao ni umri wa 57 kwenda chini. Itakuwa ni vigumu, lakini katika ulivyosema upande za Badia kunao watu ambao wamehifadhi Qur'ani, ni watu ambao wanaelewa jinsi ya kuswalisha, ni watu ambao wataweza kuchukua hiyo jukumu ya kuswalisha. Kwa sasa mpaka tutakapopata maagizo zaidi, itakuwa ni muhimu tuweze kuelewa kwa nini mambo haya yameletwa na umuhimu wa public health and safety.
Thank you so much Mr. Munawar Khan. Thank you so much. Many people are thanking all the honorable members of parliament who are at the JKIA on Monday to at least assist the students who arrived from Sudan, and also some members of Al-Wahda Muslim Teachers Association, and also there was one member of Muslim Education Council who was also there to assist the students. And as we understand, the students had a hitch a little bit where they were supposed to be taken to KMTC Karen, but the NYS people who picked them from the airport instead of one. The challenge was that the students stayed at the airport from 4:30 and they were leaving the airport at 8:30, around 9 p.m. That's when the bus took off from the airport. Very unfortunate. And then the other unfortunate story is that the students were taken, instead of being taken to Karen, they were taken to St. George's. In Karen, there was food and everything, but in St. George's, there was nothing. They boycotted, and with the intervention, they were taken to KMTC, where they are now. So the challenge they are having now at KMTC is that no one has been tested, and they are calling upon leaders to at least lobby and see them get tested so that those who are positive be quarantined, which is okay, but those who are not positive be allowed to go home to self-quarantine at home because they fear for infections in those areas. What are you doing as Muslim Education Council to assist those students who are in KMTC?
Thank you very much. I think we are aware of this one, and we have been actively involved. Yes. Our representative was there with them.
Yes.
Full time until late night, and we might visit them even today,
inshallah,
and make a plan.
Thank you.
And urge our leaders, community leaders and respectable honorable members of parliament to come together. Inshallah. I'm happy that Honorable Sumaya was involved.
That's true.
There are many will be involved. We need to plan as Muslim Education Council with our representative who has been in touch with them. We'll visit them and look for even some funds to make sure that they are comfortable, they are given the food, and they are given all the facilities.
Thank you.
And as far as I know, I'm happy to announce that while they are in quarantine, they will not be charged. They don't have money. So we appeal to the government, and I believe they have agreed not to charge these students who come from Sudan. But definitely I assure viewers and everybody that as an organization, a representative of Muslim community, we shall coordinate this and help as much as possible.
Thank you.
And I appeal to the Muslim leaders and well-wishers to support us in this issue, inshallah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Sheikh Munawar Khan, for the activities you're undertaking. And also I can see Mohsin Meba, students from Sudan who is at quarantine, also with Rukia Mbata, and also with Shaban Muhammad, and many others. They are saying we are watching you and we thank you for the efforts you have been fighting for us. And they are also calling upon the government, as soon as they are released from KMTC, to be allowed not to pay anything, because they are students and majority of these students are coming from a very poor family. So inshallah it will be good if they are not charged anything. I can also see Sharif Hussein saying thank you so much. We highly congratulate and thank Honorable Irshad Sumra because he's the one now assisting the students who are now at KMTC to see that they are released from KMTC, taken home, and those who are positive also to be quarantined in a dignified manner. And I can also see Sheikh Rafiq Mianji, the chairman of Imtiaz Ali Masjid, saying thank you so much, Dr. Hassan, and thank you so much, Huda TV. You have consistently fought for the rights of these students and for the rights of others, and we are behind you, and that's the reason why we like Nasaha Kwa Umma show and Huda TV, because they are doing a lot. Muhammad Al-Baiti is saying thank you so much, Sheikh Munawar Khan, and also our Wakili for coming and assisting our students. So Wakili, one parent is asking, in January, if they go to school and then they are forced to pay, because this parent is saying, Dr. Hassan asked the Wakili, I paid for the entire year in school. That must be a private school. He paid for an entire year. So he's saying, my assumption is, when schools open in January, I will not pay anything. I will only add one term fee because my child studied for only one term and 2 other terms I had already paid. Will that be okay legally? And if the school forced me to pay fully, what legal steps should I take?
I think with most private schools, what they have done, the parents have come together. They have discussed these matters because private schools have been saying that true, first term has ended, you paid for first term has ended. Second term and third term, we provided you with e-learning. Now, the question arises, how do they quantify how much needs to be paid during that particular period? So it's up to the parents to sit down early. Please do not wait until December 2020. It is important for you to sit down with the management, with the school at this particular moment that the Ministry of Education has already indicated that they are not going to have any more classes for 2020. It's important to sit with the management now and have clear guidelines. This is how much we've paid, this is how much has been utilized, and this is how much you're going to pay in 2021 when it arises. Because I can't give you a specific answer because it's going to be a case-by-case basis. What add-ons did the school provide during this period of year? Were you provided with enough communication that you're going to be paying 60% for second term, and during that period you're going to be doing online classes? Is it going to be 30% of the school fees for third term? So these are things that you need to discuss with the school, bearing in mind that you have made fee payment and that your children have not been accessing education as intended.
Yes. Thank you so much. We see in our YouTube of Huda TV, there is someone by the name Kenya Mzalendo. He's saying, Lawyer Abdurrahman, you are a highly talented lawyer, and we are sure that your mother, Marhuma Councillor Jamila, is so happy wherever she is in the grave, seeing you doing this for the Ummah. I didn't know you were son to Honorable Marhuma Jamila.
Yes, yes.
She was a great lady, great lady. For viewers who don't know, she's the one who was fighting for the rights of Muslims all over, especially in the city county of Nairobi. And she gave many plots to many Muslims to construct madrasas and masjid. Wallahi, I didn't know. Mzalo, thank you so much, because I didn't know. And Wakil didn't tell me. I don't know why he didn't tell me, but it's okay. Now we have known. So Wakil, you have to come here very many times. Your mom was fighting for the rights of these places and others. So we need you here many other times. And I highly thank actually Wakil Saad Mikdad, because he's the one who was to be here today. And then something got up somewhere, and he said, I will send a competent lawyer. You are a competent lawyer.
Shukran.
Hajar Hamed, Hajar Hamid is saying, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much to Huda TV. May God bless you. And then I can see Ustadha Sophia Abdullah Rashid, the chair lady of Al-Wahda Muslim Teachers Association, is saying, thank you so much for Mr. Munawar Khan for coming here, and inshallah they are praying and planning to have full collaboration with Muslim Education Council. I think the Ustadha Sophia, the collaboration between Muslim Education Council and Al-Wahda Muslim Teachers Association has been there since time immemorial, and God willing, it will continue. One is asking me, Mr. Munawar Khan, you talked about a united curriculum of all madrasas in Kenya. Tell us where we can find a copy.
I have the copies, but we are not distributing at the moment because we are waiting for the approval by KICD. And it was supposed to be approved by now, but because of this unique situation, KICD has been not able to finalize and give us formal letter of approval.
Yes.
In principle, it has been approved. One of the committees I attended myself with Dr. Ahmad Yusuf, and it was recommended for the approval. Only one meeting is remaining. So once it is approved, we shall distribute all over the country to all madrasas. And inshallah they will access. But if somebody needs it, especially association like this, Teachers Association, we can send them through email.
Mashallah.
Copy. Both in Arabic and English.
Yes. Wakili, there are here students, Muslim legal students who are asking, they would like to know, do you have any mentorship program for students who are planning to become lawyers in this country?
We actually been formulating one. I think we've been talking to the likes of Saad and the rest. we are trying to see how we can come up. I do know that there are some mentorship programs, but I and other lawyers who are more senior to me, we've been thinking about creating, because each community has their own mentorship programs whereby they provide for opportunities, they bring on board young lawyers, and they inform them of the legal practice. So it's something that we are looking at, but inshallah, as soon as we do, we shall communicate the same.
Yes. Sheikh Munawar Khan, there is a student here who's saying that my name is Abdul Aziz, and I've always prayed to become a teacher of IRE and Arabic language, and even after that plan to become a university lecturer. But I realize that there are many few universities teaching IRE and Arabic in Kenya, and I also understand that there are many Christians teaching IRE in Muslims in universities. What are you doing to enhance and motivate people to take Arabic and IRE in schools and universities?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy to have this question. I was waiting for such question and inquiry, and I want to give the message to the viewers and the Muslim community at large. Alhamdulillah, the government of Kenya has developed IRE curriculum.
Okay.
And it is offered in all the schools. Unfortunately, we don't have teachers for Arabic and IRE. At the same time, we don't have trainees. We have been always calling upon Muslim students and the parents to try and apply for the teacher training program, especially in Kagum and Kibabi, where we have gentleman's agreement to reserve 10 seats for IRE students. Unfortunately, we have not been able to get students for those places. For Arabic, we have 10 places at Kagumo, and we have a lecturer. At the moment, there is only one student who is taking Arabic at Kagumo.
Only one?
Yes. And the government is retaining a lecturer for that with our recommendation and support. Apart from what he gets from TSC salary, Jamia Mosque Committee is offering extra allowance to ensure that he remains there to continue the subject, Arabic as a subject. There was a time, some time back, if you remember, they wanted to phase it out because of lack of trainees. My appeal to our children is to take interest in education sector and apply for these places. Jamia Mosque Committee, where I am a member of Education Committee, with the recommendation of Muslim Education Council, offer 90% scholarship to those who are willing to take IR in Arabic as teaching subject. 10% Muslim Education Council offers. Apart from this 100% scholarship, as Muslim Education Council, through the goodwill of well-wishers and our committee members, we are ready to give an out-of-pocket money. So we get the students for Arabic teacher training program. So my strong appeal to parents and children and the community at large is to encourage our youth with right qualification, with C+ at KCSE level, to apply. Even today they apply, if they are eligible, I will get them admission by next week.
MashaAllah.
One thing I appreciate the government of Kenya and Kagumo Teacher Training College and Kibabi, that admission for Arabic and IRE is open throughout the year. Whenever we appeal to them, they said bring the students, we will give admission so long as they are eligible for admission. So those who have got C+ and done IRE or Arabic in KCSE should get in touch with us, apply online through Recourse, and I assure you that we will sponsor 100%.
Yes, Sheikh Munawar Khan, you have elicited a debate here, or actually a topic which is very, very key, and there are many parents who are saying it will be good if there's a day you bring Mr. Munawar Khan and some other experts in Arabic and IRE to only speak about this and address the challenges which people are undergoing. But there is a group of those students at KMTC who are back to Kenya. They had gone to Sudan because, for those who don't understand, majority of students teaching Arabic in Kenya and IRE are graduates from Sudan, International University of Sudan. That's known by everyone. So they're asking, will you be in position to assist us to be accommodated at Kagumo? Yes, we were studying degree there where we were, but we are willing to finish our diploma here. Are you willing to assist them?
Very much, because we always encourage anybody who shows little interest in becoming a teacher, especially for IR and Arabic. So we can have a meeting with them, look at their qualifications, and especially Kagumo will look at the Form 4 results. If they have done KCSE and have obtained C+ and C+ in teaching subjects, they will consider. But we need to have a meeting with them, especially those students who are at KMC at the moment. And I would advise them to wait and go back to complete their course. In that case, if there is need to support them, including the financial help, we'll look into it and let them go back and complete their studies. Those who have come back will know that there are some students who are my students at school level, have decided not to come back.
They are in Sudan?
They are in Sudan. I advise them not to come back. Sudan is better than compared to the COVID situation in this country, as far as I know. And he decided to stay. He's completing his final year.
Bachelor's
in Arabic and Islamic studies. And I've guaranteed him a job even. Because I know him since his childhood in primary school, from Huruma area.
MashaAllah.
So I would advise those who are at KMTC to be patient, and if possible they return, and we will facilitate their return to complete their courses. Because they have already covered part of it. Maybe they are in the third year, the final year, about to do the exam. I feel they should not waste that.
MashaAllah.
I would like to take an opportunity to appeal to our parents again to encourage our children to take interest in educational. Apart from Arabic and IRE, we need teachers for other subjects also.
All subjects.
We have Muslim schools, and if you look at the staff, majority of them are non-Muslim, because Muslim teachers are not available. Some of our own schools don't get proper or qualified head teachers and the principals. Education sector is also lucrative. I have been a teacher for the last 48 years. Because of my education background, I was given chance to come to this country from India and become a citizen. So education sector is not that what people think. It is lucrative. We can be education officers, we can be ministers even in education. We have some brothers right now at the ministry who are on the top position. Like the Director General of Education in the Ministry of Education is our Muslim brother. The CAS is our sister.
CAS?
CAS.
What's her name?
Mrs. Momina Bonaya.
MashaAllah.
And if you had seen yesterday TV, she was introduced, and even today's paper you see behind Magoha, in all the papers she's standing.
Thank you.
I was next to her.
MashaAllah.
And we are proud of such. And she was a teacher in Nairobi school and then later at Panganika school.
MashaAllah.
What I'm trying to emphasize is that our children should take interest in education sector, become teachers, and they will benefit.
Thank you.
And they're giving service to the community also.
Thank you.
As you know, Doctor, I take another few minutes, but there is acute shortage of IRE and Arabic teachers in this country. So if you don't produce our teachers, how shall it be implemented?
MashaAllah.
And later on, we don't want to blame the government and always cry that we are marginalized, we are not given the opportunity. I appreciate our brothers in the Ministry of Education, Minister of Education, and the head of state. I had an opportunity to meet all these government officials and work closely with them. They are very much encouraging our madrasa curriculum, IRE teachers. We are in touch with the TSC. And the last thing I would like to say, those who are studying in Sudan, etc., we are working with the Kenya Qualification Authority to give them equivalent certificate, so they are recognized and employed by TSC.
MashaAllah, thank you.
We have a lot to discuss with Dr. Hassan, who is organized. I will come with my team
MashaAllah.
from the Muslim Education Council, and even official from TSC and government.
Inshallah.
Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Munawar Khan. I think Mr. Munawar Khan began at 80 kilometers per hour, but here near the end, he took 140 kilometers per hour, and we thank him so much for that advice on people taking the education sector. Wakili, now it's your turn also, 1 minute only to give an advice to people on what to do legally at this time. Then we close the program.
Yes, we have an amazing constitution. Article 50, sub-article 2N of the constitution says that no one would be arrested or charged with an offense that at that particular point in time was not an offense under Kenyan law or international law. So if a police officer arrests you for an offense that has not become a law, you have certain rights and rights that you can go and get court orders or get any recluse in terms of your rights. So, like as we see currently, the government, or rather the state, has been relying on the Public Health Act, it's been relying on the Public Order Act, and it's been relying on the Preservation of Public Security Act. And under this act, it has been creating orders which are subsidiary legislations. Them in themselves, there are issues in terms of how they were enacted, and there are issues even in parliament, the issues in court. So you have a number of recourse in terms of your rights. So please, as much as possible, it's not a preserve of the lawyers. Understand the law. Whenever a new order comes out, please familiarize yourself with it, because you cannot be arrested and charged for an offense that is not currently in law.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for our two experts. May Allah bless them. We'll be calling them here to come and talk to you. Dear viewers, we thank you so much for watching and for following us, and remind you that this show is being repeated today. And remember, we are here every Monday to Thursday from 11:30 to 1 p.m. and the repeat is always from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. God bless you, and stay tuned to Al Huda TV and stay safe.
Nasaha Kwa Umma, brought to you by Royal Swiss Bakery Limited. Royal Swiss Bakery was started in 2018. This is a true journey of growth, patience and resilience. When we started, we only had a single oven, one manual slicer, a mixer machine and one delivery truck. We had very few delivery points and only one depot. To date, Royal Swiss has grown immensely in production and marketing. Currently, we own 30 trucks, 8 ovens, 4 slicers, 5 mixer machines. This, by all means, is growth. Royal Swiss Bakery has 11 varieties of bread. With our dynamic varieties, our core value is to please our clientele and bake breads according to their desire. Here at Royal Swiss, all safety precautions are considered during production, packaging, and transportation of the Royal Swiss bread. Royal Swiss bread, always soft and fresh.